How's it going, guys? Angus here from Muse. I just finished recording a video on these crazy rotaty rolly objects, and I thought I'd give you a behind the scenes on everything that goes into actually making a video currently on the channel. There's a lot that goes into making a video for the Muse YouTube channel, and I've never really fully explained it, so let's get started. Okay, so this is like the set I record my structured videos in. I have the workshop downstairs, but it's a lot more chaotic. So this is where I film things that I have to talk about a lot of complex topics. So this is what you see, but this is what I see. So I've got a light there, thanks to you guys on supporting me here on Patreon. I was able to afford some proper LED lighting with a softbox. And what some of you might not know is I actually use a teleprompter for really complicated topics. And that's because I can't remember like Steinmetz solids, hexasphericon, 3x3, different names, different dates. I'm not very good at that. I'm very bad at it, and I don't want to be going through editing things and finding out I said something wrong. So I do often write a script, and you can see it here on this tablet. This is a really crappy Windows tablet. Shocking now, because Windows 10 just destroys it. And I do have, I'll show you around here, this, which is my camera for recording these sort of videos. It's a Nikon D5300. I actually got it for a really good price when I still lived in Perth. And this is set up to actually put a signal out through the HDMI to a monitor. Now I can't afford a real, like a real camera monitor, so it's actually just a crappy PC monitor. And it's actually got an adapter as well, because it doesn't even have HDMI. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm still looking to upgrade that. But this teleprompter is, I think it was called Easy Prompt. I actually had to modify it. Okay, I'm sorry, I've forgotten who you are. They're an Australian company that sells this. I had to cut it to fit that in. It was $300. Basically, what you pay for is that glass. So that glass shows you the picture, and you can do your telepromptering through that. In terms of controlling the actual teleprompter and the text, I actually use this Surface Pro 3. Once again, one of my PCs that is almost non-functional now thanks to Windows 10. But basically, this thing connects into the tablet, and I just use it to run the teleprompter remotely, so I can see it there. But I don't always use a teleprompter. As I said, it's only for complicated topics. But there you go. Don't be afraid to. I do it. Next is the actual video audio. So you notice I usually wear a lavalier mic. So having boom mics and stuff, there's no room in here for a start, and it's very hard to set up and keep the audio out. You probably hear birds and stuff in the background. I usually have the window shut during the actual recording. So I actually use a lav mic called the Rode Smart Lav Plus, and it attaches to a smartphone. So this is my old iPhone 6. It no longer functions as a phone. The GPS is broken. The battery life sucks. Its pure purpose in life now is to record audio. And it means I can walk around and have a reliable source of audio that I know how to balance levels and do noise reduction through without having to worry about external noises so much. Something you just perpetually will struggle with when running a channel from your house is space. We moved to a bigger location, and even now, like, this is what it looks like to film. This room is just full of stuff. Like, that's the door. I can't leave it like this. I do have another room where I used to do other filming, but now there's a bed in there, and downstairs is just full of 3D printers. You will always, it's like the goldfish effect, you will always fill the space you have. So keep in mind that when you film, it might look like you have a big area, but as soon as you add lights, cameras, tripods, all this crap, you lose all that space. It's just insane. So a huge amount of it's set up and tear down. If you can leave it up for a long period of time, you save time, which is why I try to leave this as close as possible. It's not always possible, but that's what I do. And finally, there's the editing side of things. So I actually edit on this laptop currently, and that's because it's a standing desk, and I get a nice sort of view outside. My PC here is well out of date. I need to get a new one because it's ancient now. It's about 5 years old. It barely runs, which sucks. It still has Windows 7. But also this laptop is also not exactly that fast, but it does let me edit. It's fine. I can just let it encode over time. And I dump footage on here, and I am trying to get a NAS, trying to figure out how to do it properly, because currently footage sits on this, and that's really bad. I know it's not how you're meant to do it, but I'm trying to organize a NAS to sit downstairs, and then I can actually store footage properly and run it to all the computers in the house. And there you have it, guys. That's how I currently do videos on Maker's Muse. There's a ton of setup and teardown that you don't see, and I really do hope it's appreciated. You know, the B-roll and stuff that I film. I forgot to mention that that's filmed on this camera, the Panasonic G7. And yeah, I just love bringing this content to you guys, and I really appreciate your support here on Patreon. It's massively appreciated. It lets me do this, lets me afford things. Like, I finally upgraded my phone to something that can actually do decent video from when I'm at conferences and things, and I don't have my camera on me. So thank you for support, guys, and let me know in the comments if you have any more questions or comments or suggestions. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you very shortly, well, here on Maker's Muse, but here on Patreon. Catch you later, guys. Bye.